Imagine a world where you couldn't read a book, look up a map, or even use money to buy lunch. Imagine an ocean so terrifyingly vast that a single cloud could blind your ship and leave you to starve at sea. For thousands of years, humanity was trapped in a hyper-local, isolated existence, and then a single civilization unlocked the keys to the future. We aren't talking about the Industrial Revolution, and we aren't talking about Silicon Valley. We are talking about ancient China. Centuries before the European Renaissance, Chinese alchemists, engineers, and commoners were quietly conducting a tech revolution that would completely redraw the map of the world. 3 centuries ago, philosopher Francis Bacon remarked that 3 inventions changed the whole appearance and status of things throughout the world. Today, we know them, alongside a few others, as the innovations that literally built modern civilization. Let's start with a problem you probably don't think about: writing down an idea. Before the 2nd century, if you wanted to write a book in China, you had to carve characters onto heavy animal bones, expensive silk, or bulky strips of bamboo. A single small library required a horse and cart just to move it around. That was until the year 105 AD, when a court official named Kai Lun decided enough was enough. He took tree bark, hemp waste, old rags, and broken fishing nets, mashed them into a watery pulp, pressed out the liquid, and left it to dry. He had just invented paper. Suddenly, knowledge was lightweight, cheap, and highly portable. But keeping knowledge was only half the battle. Multiplying it was the real game changer. By the 7th century, Chinese artisans were carving entire pages of text into wooden blocks, inking them, and stamping them onto paper. Then, around 1040 AD, a brilliant commoner named Bi Sheng took it to a whole new level: movable type. He sculpted individual characters out of baked clay that could be arranged in an iron frame, used to print a page, and then broken down and reused indefinitely. When paper and printing finally migrated along the Silk Road to Europe, it shattered the elite monopoly on information. Literacy exploded, paving the way for mass education and the scientific revolution. While information was moving across land, a different kind of crisis was happening at sea. Sailors used to rely entirely on the stars to navigate. If a thick fog rolled in or a storm blocked the sky, they were effectively blind, left to drift helplessly. Enter the magnetic compass. During the Warring States period, Chinese mystics noticed that a natural iron ore called lodestone would always align itself with the north and south poles. Initially, they shaped this into a bronze, south-pointing ladle used for harmony and layout design, what we know as feng shui. But by the Song dynasty, scientists realized this wasn't just for design, it was for survival. They magnetized steel needles and floated them in tiny bowls of water. This floating needle gave sailors the ability to navigate with absolute precision through rain, pitch-black nights, and dense sea fog. When Arab traders brought this technology to the West, it unlocked the oceans, kicking off the age of exploration and connecting isolated continents into a single global network. But not every world-changing invention came from a calculated scientific pursuit. In fact, history's deadliest creation was a total accident. During the Tang dynasty, Taoist alchemists were busy mixing minerals in a dark laboratory, searching desperately for an elixir of immortality. Instead, they combined sulfur, saltpeter, and charcoal over high heat, creating a blinding flash and a deafening explosion. They called it Huo Yao, flaming medicine. At first, this volatile powder was used for theatrical fireworks to scare away evil spirits, but military engineers quickly saw its terrifying potential. By the 10th century, China was launching flying fire, arrows packed with gunpowder tubes. Within a couple of hundred years, they developed the world's first primitive flamethrowers, hand grenades, and cast-iron cannons. When gunpowder spread west via the Mongols, it revolutionized global warfare. It completely dismantled the feudal system in Europe. Stone castle walls and armored knights stood absolutely no chance against cannon fire, permanently reshaping the rise and fall of empires. Yet China's impact wasn't just built on warfare and science, it was sustained by pure economic genius. For thousands of years, the secret of silk production, harvested from the delicate cocoons of silkworms, was the most fiercely guarded industrial secret in human history. To smuggle a single silkworm out of the country carried the death penalty. Silk became a luxury currency so valuable, it named the world's most famous trade route, the Silk Road. Alongside silk came porcelain. By firing specific clay at incredibly high temperatures, Chinese potters created a material that was glass smooth, perfectly waterproof, and beautifully translucent. Western empires tried for centuries to replicate the recipe, completely failing and ultimately just naming the luxury tableware after its country of origin, China. To manage this staggering amount of global trade and wealth, the Song dynasty realized that carrying thousands of pounds of heavy copper and iron coins was holding the economy back. So, they pioneered another world first, state-issued paper money. They replaced heavy metal with lightweight paper slips backed by the government, permanently altering the concept of global economics, credit, and banking forever. Think about it. From the paper you write on, to the books you read, to the global shipping channels keeping our world supplied, the genius of ancient China is woven seamlessly into the fabric of your daily routine. They weren't just inventing tools for their own dynasties, they were unknowingly forging the keys to our modern world. The next time you hold a paper bill, check a map, or watch fireworks light up the night sky, you are looking at a 1,000-year-old echo of human ingenuity. Which of these inventions do you think had the biggest impact on history? Let us know in the comments below. Hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the stories that built our world.